All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back, and it's an absolute honor to sit down with my friend and absolute legend, Matthew Chapin. Bro, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you for having me on.
Listen, the honor is absolutely all mine. It's one of my favorite things to do is when I go to the race weekend and I get to see you and your dad and your mom and everybody else. It's always an honor. More so the little conversations that me and you and your dad get to have, the personal ones, whether it's a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. It's always an honor, my friend.
Yeah.
So listen, me and you got a lot to talk about, bro. 2025 come, and now it's gone. And where did the time go? It went by so fast this season did, you know? So I want to start from the beginning, man. I seen you at Daytona 2025, and first words out of my mouth, they're not ready for you. Absolutely not ready for you, right? And so let's start from Daytona, man. Going into Daytona, what expectations did you have going into that weekend?
Yeah, I think coming off of last year racing Junior Cup and winning the championship, it kind of like raised my expectations for myself to the point where I wanted to win every single race and I wanted to be first every single time I'm out on track. So I think my expectations for myself were definitely to just go out there and win, but also I think my like biggest goal or like biggest like takeaway I wanted for this season was just to, make sure I was improving as like myself on and off the track and like make big steps as a rider. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like Daytona was a fun round. We went into it. I actually had a tip off. I had a tip off going into turn 3, which was really weird. I lost the front on the exit, but we think it's because of a faulty tire warmer, but we're not quite sure. So that was weird. That was a little bit of oh God, like I kind of panicked for a second, but I remained calm. The team fixed the bike up quick, and then they sent me back out there, and I ended up like finishing second in practice or something, which was good. That was good, and that was definitely a confidence booster knowing that, if I stayed calm mentally, then I can go back out there after a crash and do my thing. And I felt like that was gonna be hard for me because like right after coming off of a crash, it's hard to just block that part out of your mind and continue to push in those spots, or because I didn't have any faith in the front end right after that, but I just had to tell myself like it was stupid, it's not going to happen again, and I just got to go out there.
That's the biggest mental challenge is after that wreck on that X corner or wherever it is approaching that corner and saying, all right, let's go, and just letting off and doing your thing. And once you get through it, you're like, whew, weight off, the big weight's off, and you're like, yes, now I get to push myself even further and faster. That whole weekend, man, it was a proper mega weekend. Again, the weekend goes by so fast. It's such a big place, bigger than any other track we really go to. And that's a setup. That's a place that, your bike setup, you can't translate it to any other track, especially Road Atlanta afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, me personally, man, I'm proud of you in this whole season. I know it was ups and downs, and you had a lot of struggles and issues, but man, listen.
Yeah, Daytona was good. I mean, I ended up winning both races, so that boosted my confidence a lot going into the season, which is really good. But I was a little bit nervous because the bike wasn't really doing what I wanted it to around the infield, and I felt like I was struggling so hard just to like make it through the corners. It felt more like at times a little bit like more like survival, like just trying to stay up and stay going fast with the front guys, because the last thing I wanted was to let that group go, because that was the last thing I wanted. So I was gonna push to stay with them, but I wasn't gonna push to the point where it was like I don't know if I'm gonna crash or not.
Yeah. What was the transition like coming off the 400 onto the GSX 8R?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like the power didn't really like spook me or anything. It definitely was something to get used to, because you change up your lines a little bit, like use a little bit more point and shoot just so you can open up that throttle sooner, get to 100% throttle sooner than the Junior Cup bike. Versus like the Junior Cup bike, the thing you want to do is just roll that thing around the corner. And I think that was probably the biggest like struggle for me, was just that line change. But the power itself, it wasn't really hard to get used to. The bike was a little bit heavier, so I was in the gym like quite a bit after 2024 just to get just to build up some muscle for 2025 because I knew it was going to be a lot harder doing more laps on a heavier bike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you jumped on it and gelled with it right away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, you're a legend, super fast and super confident, and you jump off one bike and get on the other, and you're immediately fast. That has a lot to do with not only talent, but where you are here too.
Right.
You know, it just speaks volumes of who you are as a character and how fast you are as a racer and the adaptability you have from going from bike to bike, which is a beautiful thing to see. So, yeah, my friend, absolutely, man. And you know, you rank your own season. How do you think you did this season?
I think that, like, if we were to put it on a tier list, I would say probably like B tier. I had a few more crashes than I definitely would have wanted, especially like Junior Cup. I had one crash, and it was in a qualifying the whole entire season. Like, that was the only time I ever dropped the bike or anything. And then this year I came out Daytona, crashed out of that, or crashed in that first practice. And then Barber, I had a tip off in race 2. But that was a little weird. The throttle got stuck. Like the bar end protector got pushed into the throttle. Throttle got stuck going down the front straightaway. And I didn't know it until I got to the brake markers. And I let off, and the bike was just going bah, 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 on the rev limiter all the way. And I grabbed the front brakes and just that one was weird.
Talk about a scary moment. And
yeah,
what caused that? Did you have contact with another rider that made you push that?
I went down that lap. I went down before. I had a small little low side, picked the bike right back up, got back on. I think I was still in like 8th place or something like that. Like I would have been fine. But the bar end protector, like that goes in front of your brake, got pushed into the throttle. So when I had the throttle all the way down, it just got pushed in to the point where the throttle didn't snap back. And
scary.
That freaked me out a little bit.
I bet, maybe. Oh shit!
Yeah, but it was best case scenario for what happened during the crash, because I ended up tucking the front, just spun around like a fidget spinner in the grass a few times, and then got up and I was fine. I was like, well, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the game we play, but listen, your whole season, I can't say it has been absolutely amazing in my personal views and opinions. In your opinion, what was the best race weekend you had minus Daytona?
New Jersey was a lot of fun. I think the reasons those were my best 2 weekends was because those were like really the only 2 tracks that I got to actually test at before. And I don't know. I think that's like right now, because I'm still young, so I'm still like learning as I go. So I think that my biggest struggle right now is maybe not getting up to speed as fast as I would like at tracks that I'm not super familiar with. So like Daytona, it's pretty simple. Like it's not, I feel like Daytona is really not too hard to go decently quick around. But like tracks like let's say like Barber, for example, I have time at Barber, but I don't have a lot of time. So going there on the 8R and not having like a ton of time on that track, it was a little bit harder, especially just coming from the Junior Cup bike, because it's a lot different when you ride a bike with double the horsepower on the same track. Like everything changes, brake markers when you get on the throttle. And I think that was definitely like the biggest struggle for me. But yeah, New Jersey was a good weekend. I had a lot of fun.
I did too. We'll talk about New Jersey for sure. Going into this season, Matthew, obviously you said your workout regimen changed a little bit. Is that all you did, was just work out like heavier weights, or did you do anything else too?
Plus cardio.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. My dad also got me like a cycling bike. So do some of that, ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
I just stay active. Even I played lacrosse last year for the high school, and I have been for a while. So that keeps me in good shape too.
Absolutely. And it's important. So when the younger people are coming up through the classes, knowing that when you do step up to a bigger bike that has more horsepower and it's heavier, you got to change your workout regimen too as well to be successful in the higher classes. So Yeah, man, dude, you're absolutely killing it. And so Jersey, obviously you have a lot of seat time at New Jersey. So the Azure race at New Jersey a couple weeks before the New Jersey round actually started you from pit lane, man. Why don't you talk to us about that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so for the Azure race, I ended up getting my helmet on a little bit late after third call. And I was like, I knew it was gonna be close to getting out there on the grid. So when I pulled up, the guy ended up holding me, and he was like, "Oh, well, you're gonna have to start from pit lane." But I actually could still see the last guy like going out from pit lane. I was like, "Just let me go out, man. Like I'll catch him." And he was like, "Nah, like I can't because it's the rules." I'm like, "All right, well, nothing I can really do about that." So I'm waiting in pit lane for a little while, and they end up starting the race, and they waited until all the experts and all the amateurs on like a 35 rider grid cleared through turn one. And I launched the bike from pit lane, and I was absolutely ripping down pit lane. Like I came down, it's a little right turn in pit lane before chicane. I slid it, backed it into the first turn, and I like was ripping up through the chicane, spit myself out into turn two on the track. And I was running like 125s, which was like MotoAmerica times. I was running that because I was riding angry. So I was running 125s, but while passing like probably 8 guys a lap. And with like 2 laps to go, I got up to third place, and I could see the leader and the dude in second, like still half a straightaway in front of me. So I just kept pushing. And then coming onto the last lap, I picked off second place, but then I still had probably, I don't know, I'd say like 8 bike lengths to catch first. And then I walked him into turn 5, and I made the pass on him, I think, into turn 5. And then, I was like, holy crap, I'm leading it now. So I ended up bringing it home, and I won the race from pit lane, which was kind of crazy. And the 2 guys that were actually up front were like 2 top 10 MotoAmerica riders, which was pretty cool.
Bro, that reminds me of Pedro Acosta. He won a Moto3 from pit lane.
Pedro Acosta, but at the club racing level.
Still, listen, it's still a feat. How many people do you know can say, I started from pit lane and passed 35 riders and won? Bro, that's, yeah. And it's important to have seat time at XYZ tracks too, because the more seat time, the more track knowledge, the more your bike is set up, the more notes you guys take, the more better prepared you are approaching that race weekend. So now you have a good base foundation of at least bike setup. Of course, the weather affects it, and track temperatures and the tires you run and all that. So
100%.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And then, you also did Summit Point too, after school.
So, sorry, what?
The week before New Jersey, I think.
Yeah, it was that Monday before the weekend. I have a half day schedule this year for school, so I get out at 11:05 every day after going to 4 classes. So I left school, immediately drove to Summit Point, met my dad there because he was already there with the bike and stuff. And then I got there when it was lunch break, then went out, did probably like 3-4 sessions, and came home. It was nice though, knocked off the cobwebs, and it kind of got me prepared for the weekend. I ended up going faster than I ever did there just during that practice day on some takeoffs. I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't really know how I did it, but yeah, it was good. And I knew that I was feeling very confident going into the weekend.
At Jersey.
Yeah.
It was a mega weekend, and we had actually pretty decent weather the whole weekend.
We did.
It wasn't a rain out washout. So yeah. We'll just stay on the topic of Jersey, man. So, going into the last round, did you guys do anything special to prepare?
Yeah, me and my dad were there. We went there probably 2 or 3 weekends before, but we went that like 3 weekends before and 2 weekends before, both of those weekends. And we just messed with suspension setups and things like that. And Mike from Triple Strong Racing helped me out a bunch. He knows his stuff, man. So he helped me out a lot with suspension and all that stuff. And I got the bike handling than it ever has been all season on my club bike. But that goes for the MotoAmerica bike too. Is handling great. So that was good. And then I started running like 25s on the club bike. which was good. And then, I felt very prepared. Me and my dad spent a lot of time and a lot of effort going into MotoAmerica New Jersey weekend. So it was very good to, reward ourselves with a win on Saturday.
Absolutely proper mega proud of you, man. Yes, let's go. It is, and I often talk about the journey between father and son, and it's a unique journey in road racing, and it's a special bond that you guys have, and you feed off each other. It's almost like I watch you guys when y'all work together. It's like almost an unspoken word between you two. When y'all are in the pits, you might say one or two things. Your dad's like, "I got it.
Yeah,
let's go." It's a beautiful thing to say, but that also speaks volumes of the relationship you guys have outside the track too, as well. So
exactly,
and
it's a huge part.
100%, it is. And it's always an honor to see. I want to talk a little bit about Colin Barton, man, and the ways that he's actually helped you out throughout your career, and how he still plays a role in the future of your career too, as well, right? People like that, man, it's such a beautiful thing to have people like that in our sport. It really is. That weekend he was helping Lamondre too, I think. Joe Lamondre. So, he bounces around, and man, he's invaluable inside the paddock. So, man, talk to us a little bit about Colin and how he's helped you in your career to this point so far, and what's in the future.
Yep. So, this year, last year, really, that's when, 2023, I got introduced to Colin after I made my pro debuts. I ended up doing pretty good, and that's where I met Eli Block, and he kind of connected us to Colin. We talked to Colin and ended up, figuring out a little deal for 2024. He would help us out in Junior Cup, because Colin's just a great guy, and he wants, he just wants to give riders the chance to show themselves. And, after winning at Road Atlanta, it kind of like, he was like, "I did not expect you to do that." And I was like, "I didn't either." And I think that's kind of where, that's where I started taking racing, very seriously. And then I think that's when, Colin took me a little bit more seriously. Not saying he didn't take me serious before, but that's when he saw, I ended up having, the skill to do it. And ever since then, he's helped me out in so many ways, from covering fees to talking to teams for me, connecting me to so many people, and just, being a great mentor for me too. He'll call me sometimes and be a great mentor. And he also, he's trying to figure out a job for me out of high school where that's flexible with racing and working, but in the trade. So he's getting me connections through there. He's literally done infinite things for me, gotten me sponsors, gotten me help in so many ways, gave me so many connections. Just, anything in that aspect.
I love it, man. Yeah. Huge shout out to Colin. It's always an honor to talk to him as well, and I often say it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to raise a racer. It's a big puzzle, and each little piece, I always say it all the time, is just as important as all the other pieces that fit in that puzzle to create and take you to where you need to be. He's absolutely one of those very important puzzle pieces to have in your corner, and to help you out, because it makes your job easier and your dad's job a little bit easier, so he can focus more on you, and you can focus more on yourself and what you need to do here to go out there and have fun and smile and do what you do, which is win. Right. So it's, yeah, man, he's so how's he still helping you out now?
In so many ways, just with covering, budget. He still calls my dad, multiple times a week just to talk about how things are going. He's been, recently even, he's been helping me get connections with different teams and things like that. And, there's 150 things I could say, he helps me out in a bunch of ways, in literally every aspect of it: personal life, racing, connections, everything, sponsors.
Yeah, he is the man. Absolutely. Colin, you are absolutely the man. I can't wait to sit down with him too, Matt. So, but before I do, I'm going to give you a call, because I know there's some questions you probably want me to ask him too as well. So I'll do that for sure. Awesome. And Eli Block, man, what a character, legend too, as well. Super fast, super friendly, willing to help anybody out. Again, it speaks volumes of our beautiful circus. And I'm sure Eli has helped you out along the way for sure.
100%.
What a character, man. And I'm sure he tried to teach you some bad habits, but we won't talk about that on here. Oh my God. And one thing I talk about, that's important in the paddock too, is the friendships you make. And for some racers, they can't split the two, be friends when the helmet comes off and not friends on the track, right? There's some people that just can't do that. But I know that you and DeMario are really good friends, and help each other out. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that, the friendship side of things and still being a competitive racer.
Yeah, so me and Alessandro, our friendship goes back to 2022 North American Talent Cup. That's where we met during the MotoGP weekend when we were racing there. And we kind of just like kicked things off there and became friends. And we've been pretty close ever since then. And then not racing against him in 2023, not racing against him in 2024, and then racing against him this year. It's not like, we're not just going to change up on each other and be like, oh, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're beating me, I can't be friends with you now. Like he's still my guy off the track, but on the track, I'm going to do anything I can to beat him. He's going to do anything he can do to beat me. And I think that's a big part of it, is having that like known respect for each other. And it's to the point where on the track, we know that we're not going to do anything stupid to each other to jeopardize our race. And it's, we can trust each other really good, versus there's some guys out there that, not super close with, and you kind of just don't know what they're going to do. So that's a big part of it. And I think just being good friends with the racers it's key to, doing good in sessions. Because let's say when he's struggling, I'll still give him a few pointers. Like at New Jersey, I gave him a few pointers after the first practice just to help him out, because that's my local track. And at other tracks, he's helped me out when I've been struggling, with anything from like line choice to what gear you're in this corner to, things like that. And it's just, that's been a huge part of it, being close friends with Alessandro, close friends with a lot of those guys.
Yeah, it's important because you can feed off each other and still help each other out. And that's another beautiful thing about our sport, is everybody wants to see everybody line up on the grid for one, be safe, have fun, and be fast, right? And have a good time, because that's what it's about. It's invaluable, the information between the friendships of all the racers and the riders, and the gearing and the setup and the brakes and the turning points and all that stuff to help you go out. And then if you go out and you beat them, they're like, bro, that was awesome. Next time I'm not going to give you so much advice, but right? It's good stuff, man. Yeah, dude, it is, man. It speaks volumes again of the characters and the people we have in our beautiful paddock. Again, you don't get that in any other sport, UFC or anything. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to see, my friend. It really is. Are you going to the Daytona of Champions?
Yep, I'm going there.
Any expectations going in?
Go have fun.
Go win.
That's the thing. Yeah, go win some races. Go have some fun and see friends. And it's nice doing club races because there's zero pressure on me, and it's just an all around great time. Seeing people and riding with no expectations on yourself. Well, obviously I still have expectations on myself, but it's like if something doesn't go the way I want it to, I don't stress myself out over it at all.
Yeah, it's more of a relaxed environment, even though you said it the best. You still put that pressure within yourself because you still want to do good, because that's who you are. You're a racer, right? And you just want to win. So, and sometimes, is it hard for you to control that?
Yeah, very hard. Like sometimes I'll be like too serious at a club race. And if I like lose or something at a club race, I'll just kind of put like a bunch of blame on myself. I'm just like, what are you doing? But like, yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine the pressure you put on yourself, especially at a MotoAmerica weekend, because you not only do you want to do it for you want to do it for your dad, and of course the team and the sponsorships and your mom and all that good stuff. So but the way you handle it, even when the weekends don't go your way, that's one of my favorite things to do, and I talk about it quite often when I'm at the races, is I stand back and I watch how the team works together when things ain't going your way, and how everybody comes together to figure it out and let you still go out there and do this and smile and have fun and be on the podium. Again, even on the podium, you're still not happy unless you're number one. unless the weekend was kind of really bad, and I'm surprised they even made it on the podium. So I'm gonna take it, right? And you have those too, as well thrown in there. So
100%.
it's yeah, man. And this weekend, man, I actually met man, I forget the name that took over NJMP SFL Mini Jersey.
Oh, Marcello.
Yeah, I met him out there, and man, what's the other guy's name? Short guy, black hair, younger guy, probably 20, 21. Excuse me. Man. Excuse me. I forget his name. Anyway.
Was it Marcello?
Yeah, Marcello. That's it. Sorry.
Marcello.
Yeah. He's man, what a cool character he is.
He's
man.
awesome.
I can't
I'm
wait.
actually going there tomorrow.
Are you really?
Go do some endurance racing. Got a 4-hour endurance with Ryan Wolf. And also, I don't know if do you know Owen Granoff? He's a filmer. You know Owen, right?
I think I've met him.
He's always hanging around my pit, real tall, usually wearing a hat.
I'm sure I probably met him.
Yeah, he's a filmer, but he's on our team too. But honestly, I see Owen more as a rider than a filmer, just because I grew up riding with him, and then we kind of like split paths, but then it's together in the same way. You know what I mean? Like he's my filmer after being like childhood buddies our whole life, and then I'm the racer. So it's kind of cool in a way, but I still see him as a racer just because of all the racing we did together growing up.
I love it, man. It's good to have friends, help you out too as well. The film side, that's a whole another topic, is the social media side of racing, and having, riders nowadays, they have their own personal filmographies and people that, they pay to take pictures, at the track in certain angles or whatever it is. It's for social media purposes, for sponsorships, which I like to call friendships, and all that good stuff. Training, endurance to me is the best way anybody can train, because you're on a bike that's not specifically set up for Matthew, right? Because you're sharing it with somebody else, or the clip-on angles, the brake, the clutch, the footrest, all that's different. You're not used to it, but you adapt your style to still go fast on that bike. And then when you jump back on a bike that is set up for you, it makes your adaptability between bikes and bikes better, if that makes sense.
And it allows you to figure out the bike more than the bike having to be perfect for you. You figure out how to work around those little problems that you're having.
110%, my friend. 100%. Vay is in the house. What is up, Vay? He says, see you at Daytona. Make up for not being at NJMP.
Yeah, you better be there, man.
Let's go. And then we got Greg. What is up? Yeah, let's go. Wow. Love it. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah. So, how often do you go up there and ride with all the mini guys?
Whenever I'm free. Like if there's a mini weekend going on and I'm free, I'll go up there whenever I can. Like the weekend before New Jersey, I was only free on that Saturday, and me and my dad went up at 5 a.m. And then I went there and coached the camp for a day. Then we just did the little riders session at the end. I rode the R3 there just to get a little bit of practice before, the big track weekend. And then I left that evening. So kind of getting up there whenever I can, just to help out too. Cause it's cool seeing the kids coming up from where you came from. Cause that's where I started riding. So it's cool to help out in the way from developing riders to be good riders.
I love it, dude. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of SFL Mini, whether it's Jersey or South Florida. I talk about them all the time, and it's so important to have those youth kids, the future legends of the sport's what I call them, come up, because you never know. Cooper might be a legend one day. Nobody knows, right? Arthur might be a legend one day. Nobody knows, right? That this is the thing. Mason, I mean, there's so many. That's where you come from. I mean, the list goes on. Posh and Lamondre and Mazziato and blah blah blah, right? It's so important to have that structure, and you doing what you're doing, knowing you come from there, and then still going back and giving back. Again, it's proper mega for this sport, man. It's how deeply in love you are with this sport, and you just want to see it grow and keep the doors open for the future of the sport to come through. So with all that being said, man, tell people how important Mini GP is, whether you're in Jersey or South Florida.
Mini GP is so important whether you are an adult that has never ridden Mini GP and only rides the big track. I promise you will still learn 150 more things than you will learn on the big track in one weekend. It's insane, especially for little kids, because it provides the proper foundation of moving up class to class, starting on a 50. Then you have pro coaches teaching you all the little things you need to know, teaching you body position, teaching you, like hand positioning, foot positioning, corner positioning, everything like that. And then, it teaches you so many different things about the bike, and the bikes do weird things because they're not made to be ridden as hard as you're riding them. So the bikes will do weird things, and it teaches you how to ride around them and, what to do when that happens and not panic. Like, let's say, like on the TTR, infinite front chatter into the corners. Like, you don't know if you're going to crash or not, but it just teaches you to ride through it and push those limits.
Oh, 100%. And that way it's muscle memory movement when you're out there at the track at speed. You have that front end, whatever, going to wash out or that judder. You're like, okay, I got this.
It almost like slows it down because you're used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And with all aspects of racing, right? Racing little 50s, little Groms, whatever it is, DTR, CRFs, racing the little bikes is absolutely where it's at. So how often do you train during the week?
I just, like, riding wise,
yeah,
not that often.
No,
I just don't really have. I don't have the opportunity, to be honest.
No.
I don't have a bunch of tracks in my house, but like I'll do things like hopping on a dirt bike or something like that. But like riding street bikes on a big track wise, like never really during the weekday. I'm never really at the mini track during the weekday too often. I do all my training on free weekends pretty much. Like if I don't have a pro race or I don't have a club race, then I'm out there at a track day or, ride a mini somewhere. But like during the weekday, I have school every single day. And then I come home from school, or I'll go straight to the gym from school and then come home and kind of figure out the rest of my day from there.
Are you the cool kid in school, the professional road racer?
Not really.
He said, not really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's important for kids to still go to school and be active with kids your same age, young adults, your same age, right? Because it gets your mind space away from all the racing, and you get to do what you do at your age and have those conversations and intermingle. I think it's important because it's a reset button,
right?
And then you feel good going into the weekend. So man, has your method changed approaching the race weekends since you become champion?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think that, approaching race weekends, I like to keep my mind off of the race weekend. So like, I'm just trying to stay as calm as possible and just like not think about it until I really have to. But, I'll do I'll go work out, but then usually like up to 2 days before, I won't go to the gym just to make sure I'm not sore at all and just be ready. And then like, now that I have bicycles and stuff like that, I'll go out in the mornings before, like, let's say like morning warm up or qualifying 2 early in the morning. I'll go out and ride around on the bicycle just to warm up there. But like going into the weekend wise, I don't know. I mean, it hasn't changed too much, just I don't really change my eating either. Just kind of eat whatever. But yeah.
You're lucky on that aspect, right?
Yeah,
that soon will change too, my friend. Trust me. Winter training. Talk to us about winter training. Well, what do you do in the wintertime?
Yeah, winter training. A lot of weekends I'll go down to Florida, go ride Jennings. Yeah, I just ride a bunch at Jennings. Pretty much tons, probably 2 weekends out of the month, I'll go ride at Jennings and go spend some laps just to stay on the bike. Because the biggest thing is just removing those cobwebs. Because if you're riding, last time you ride is October, let's say at Daytona, Race of Champions, and then you show up at MotoAmerica in March, you're not going to do good. It's going to take you a little bit to get warmed up. So just staying on the bike at Jennings is kind of, the big thing that I do in the winter, riding wise. This year, me and my dad plan on going to Bushnell a little bit, have some fun there on mini bikes.
Yeah, with SFL Mini GP out there in South Florida. Let's go, man. Yeah, dude. So when we was at the last round at Jersey, man, I'm gonna have to send you the videos. I was over there. It was me and Ryder Davis, Ella, and Avery. And Ryder comes up to me. He's like, "Bro, have you ever done a 10s unit before?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro. I've used 10 units." He's like, "I bet you can't take it on the high strength, right?" So we did this whole, everybody sat down and put it on our arms and did on this. I was hoping you was going to come through because I was going to grab you and be like, come here. Let's
I tried it at Pittsburgh earlier in the year. And
Did you?
Weird. It's weird.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, I don't like the way it feels.
It is a different feeling for sure. And speaking of Pitt, man, everybody's heard the news about, they sold the complex and nobody really knows what the future is with it. So
that was probably top 3 of my tracks. I just love that place. It's so flowy and there's so many hills and stuff. I just love it. I love all the elevation there. It's super good for spectating too. Up on that big hill, you can see 75% of the track. So it sucks that they're getting rid of it. But
you plan on going down there before they shut the doors?
I don't think I can make it. I have homecoming next weekend, so I'm
awesome
coming instead of that probably.
And we got Halloween coming up, man. What's the Halloween costume going to be?
I don't know yet, but I'll have to send you a picture of my Hoko suit. It's pretty funny. It's like $100 bill suit, full out. It's pretty funny. It's just $100 bills.
I love it. Yeah, man. You definitely have to send it to me. Do you have any more merch for sale where people can buy?
I don't think right now. I think we just because at the end of the year, we just give it all away at the track. Because I don't know. You want more people wearing your name. That's the biggest thing. So it's not really. I mean, we'll sell what we can, but then if we have leftover stuff, we'll just give it out because get my name out there and things like that.
You see your shirt hanging up right here in the background. I was like, am I gonna wear it? I'm like, nope, I'm hanging up in the background so everybody can see it. Right there it is. It's yeah, man. I love to support you all the time, man. I talk about you quite often, you and DeMario and all my friends in the sport. I try to just give the fans and my friends that a different side of the racing and why things happen the way they do and stuff like that. It's a very unique perspective, especially being friends with everybody. It's hard for me emotionally during the weekends. And look at this guy right here. What is up, man? What you got? You playing the Oculus?
Yeah, I want you to show everybody how good I am. I'm better than all y'all bums out there.
I'm sure you are. All right.
When I'm ready, I'll just absolutely scream.
Okay, go in there and put it on. I'll cast it.
Gonna pick it up and you're gonna be like,
so my son's real big into the Oculus. Have you played the Oculus before?
Of course, I played the Oculus,
bro. That thing. I remember when we first got it for him, man. I was like, I downloaded this Star Wars game. I was like, I gotta check this thing out, and I was just blown away. I was like, oh my god, it's I can only play it for about 30 minutes at a time, though.
Yeah, it gives me a headache at a certain point.
Not his butt, man. But here lately, I've been limiting him. I'm like, bro, you can't stay on that thing all day. Like, I take him outside, ride bicycle. Dude, he's got a brand new dirt bike he's ridden one time. And I bought it last year for Christmas. Like, bro, let's go out there. But it's something that I don't push him. I don't force it upon him, right? We go to the races together. Obviously, I do this, and I'm friends with everybody. But my point I was saying before my son was coming is every weekend I go, man, it's an emotional weekend for me every weekend because – man, I want all my friends to win. Of course, I know not all my friends can win because there's only 1, 2, and 3, right? But I'm still proud of all my friends of every weekend, of every race, right? And it's different. And that's something I explain to my friends too as well. It's different than just being a fan, personally knowing everybody and knowing what your story and the journey it took to get there and all that. It makes it even more meaningful.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's absolutely amazing. Look, buddy, I have it right here. Are you in?
Boom, yes.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on. You got to go in there and set your boundary. Look right here, I got you.
You can watch.
All right, look. If you want somebody to cast,
watch. It's gonna look so weird.
You look. You goofy man. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go ride that dirt bike.
Huh?
When we gonna go ride that dirt bike?
Christmas breaks and I'm gonna drift in the snow.
Christmas break. That's when he wants to start riding his dirt bike, Matthew. So when it snows.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, next year, I know you really don't know what you got going on, but I do know one thing for sure. They're not ready for you. I said at the beginning of this year, they're absolutely not ready for you. And I've said this every time we talk, whatever dreams and visions you have in this sport, bro, I hope you achieve it 10 times over. 100% supporter right here. And yeah, man, it's absolutely awesome. And me and you, was funny because we were over there. It was me, you, DeMario, Ryan, Maddie was there. It was good to see Maddie again, man. I haven't seen Maddie since Jersey last year. I actually had him on the podcast. I have to go back and remember, but it's been, I don't know, at least 6-7 months before I seen Maddie. It was good to see him and his new hairdo he had going on. But listen, let's talk about, dude, the Superbike race, dude. What a crazy weekend in Superbike it was, right? I was, man, dude, you know, I like Fong. I was pulling for Bobier, really. Just for me, it was the journey of 5-time champ, go to Moto2, didn't achieve what, you know, we all hoped he was going to achieve, right? And hoped what he hoped he was going to achieve, and then comes back and wins the champ, man. Like, that was, what a weekend, man. It was
awesome. The Superbike races were so entertaining, especially race 2. I think race 2 is probably the best one of the weekend.
It was insane. I was watching it between turn 4 and turn 5 at Jersey's my favorite corner to watch at. Yeah, to say the least, man. It was a magical weekend, man, for sure. All the racing was good, to be honest with you. I don't think there was any bad racing at all that weekend.
No.
You know, it was good. But anyway, me and you were talking about the commentators.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They do a good job, but again, me and you and DeMario and everybody's like, dude, we need like
more energy.
The energy, bring the energy, man. It's kind of monotonous, right? We're not talking nothing bad about them because they're great, and you know, some of them are legends of the sport too as well. We just want that high end energy.
Yeah, you just need that energy when there's crazy things going on, man.
110%, my friend. 110%. And then, did you watch the MotoGP sprint race this morning?
Yep.
No. What'd you think of that?
It's a good race.
It's different.
Yeah, I don't know, different order, but
it is. Are you excited about Top Rat coming in?
Yeah, I actually am pretty excited to see how he does. I don't know, because I just want to see how a World Superbike guy does, like freshly coming off of a World Superbike straight to MotoGP. I just want to see what that transition's like.
How do you think he'll do? You think he'll be in the top 10 at the end of the year?
I bet you he goes top 10 at the beginning of the year, first race. He's going to go top 10. And then his, like, the next few weekends, he's going to struggle a little bit. And then I think that by the end of the year, he'll be a consistent top 10, top 5 guy. But I think that he's going to come out good first round and then struggle a little bit and then get better throughout the year.
And then pick it up. You know, it'll be a transition because he'll be going from Pirelli to what they're on now. And then is it 27 Pirelli's coming in, or is it next year? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. If somebody remembers, put it down in the comment below. But when they do make the transition to Pirelli's, I know they've been testing right now. Listen, Top Rack's one of those guys where he's one of those few aliens that come along and elevate the sport. It really does. Right. I think that might be a little bit of struggle. I really don't know because he's so talented. That's the thing. You know what I mean? And going from a production bike to a GP bike's a completely different ball game.
Oh, 100%.
My buddy already says top 5 easy. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's possible. I don't think he'll fail by any means. I think that he'll do pretty good. I think the whole world's exciting. I think it brings a different energy level, especially since Formula One took over Liberty, right? So they're going to start making their changes in the sport too as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that whole GP thing evolves and them getting rid of the Moto2 and Moto3 and not televising it no more. I mean, I don't agree with that at all because that's how we follow the future legends of the sport coming up.
I completely disagree with that.
Me too, man. That's how we follow them.
Moto3 is the best class to watch.
100%. 100%. You know, it's and it also shows you, again, me and you talked about how cutthroat it is. It's like Aaron Canet. You know, he'll never get a ride because he's covered in tattoos. Like, what does that even matter, right? But that just goes to show how political side of the sport can be too as well. But yeah, I don't agree with that, man, because again, that's how we follow, Pedro Acosta. We'd have never seen him win by pit lane. Right. If they didn't televise it, right, we'd be like, who is this guy?
I honestly don't want to just watch the GP bikes.
No.
Like, they're cool, but like, I don't know. Like, I think the Moto3 races are always way more entertaining.
110%. And now baggers, they're going to do a bagger series out there too as well, alongside MotoGP, which is going to be interesting. Cool. Yeah, I mean, look at Jersey, man. It's 75% of the fans there are on baggers.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's great for the sport, though.
It is.
It's exciting year in racing, and it's still not over. We got 4 races left? MotoGP, World Superbike, 2 rounds left, I think, of BSB. So a lot of racing still left to happen. But listen, dude, I'm excited about your future, bro. You, my friend, is an absolute legend, and you guys heard it first. 2026, they're not ready. They're absolutely not ready for what's getting ready to happen, whether it be the Twins Cup or Super Sport or Superbike or wherever you may end up, my friend. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. Eventually, you will be there, right? So this is just that piece of the puzzle along your journey is all it is. So going into next year, man, do you have any expectations going into next year? Even though you don't know what you're doing, but personal,
to continue growing as a rider. Just make noticeable steps and developing myself as a rider and continue getting faster and stronger on the bike.
And you, my friend, absolutely. And we got Michelle. What is up, Michelle? Thank you so much for letting me crash with you guys at the track. It says, hey, boys, great season, Maddie.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Proper mega season. Let's go. So, yeah, man, listen, it was an honor to have you on today, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a good time.
It's always a proper mega time. So, yeah, as always, I'm going to let you in the podcast. But before I do that, I need to give you the mic to let you do it. I need to give all my shout outs real quick. Just stay on with me after this so we can go ahead and schedule our next one. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys and girls so much for all the love and support. If it wasn't for Matt and everybody else coming on here and all the likes and subscribes and all that, I would not be able to do this. And I love each and every single one of you. I got to hold it up higher now because I got the camera angle up higher. Without all your love and support, it means the world to me. It does. Each and every one of you is proper mega. Huge shout out to all the corner marshal workers out there. Without you guys and girls, listen, the show would not go on. Seriously. Without you, the ambulance and the air fence, which brings me to Road Racing World. Go to roadracingworld.com, donate to the air fence fund. It is imperative that we have those donations because, again, without the air fence, the corner marshal workers, and the guy in the ambulance, we're not showing up. Nobody's having fun. So thank you for all the love and support, for everything that all you guys and girls do. If anybody needs any graphics, grgdesigns.com. That's our boy Gus Rodeo. Go check them out, man. If you need wraps, whatever it is for your Grom, your race bike, your van, your work van, whatever it is, stickers, hit them up. Show all the love and support, which brings me to another point. Keep it in the industry. Whatever it is you need, don't order it off of Temu, Amazon, Target, Walmart, whatever it is. Order it from the people that work in the industry. It's very important. It really is. So if anybody needs anything, hit me up. Whatever your needs are, I know people. I'll point you in the right direction and get you exactly what you need. So yeah, let's go, man. Listen, that's all really I have right now. Matt, tell everybody where they can find you on. So, one more thing. Big shout out to Komani and AGV Sports Group. Those are my new sponsors. If anybody's in the market for a leather suit, hit me up. It's 2025. Don't buy an off-the-rack suit. Get yourself a full custom suit. It makes a world of a difference. Ask Matthew. Since he come out of an off-the-rack suit into a full custom suit, it's a world of a difference. It's a game changer. It's
so much nicer.
Right? So hit me up, Komani. Let's freaking go. Thank you for all the love and support. And if you guys are going to be at Daytona for the ASRA Club of Champions, the end of this month, is it? Is it the end of this month?
I think it's in 2 weeks, actually.
Okay. In 2 weeks' time, make sure you stop by, say hi to Matthew, get a picture, get that autograph, show all that love and support because he will be there. So, Matthew, the microphone is all yours, my friend. Tell them where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so on Instagram, you can find me at Matthew Chapin Racing. On Facebook, there's a group called Matthew Chapin Racing also. And those are kind of like the two main platforms we use for like, just updates and things like that. Yeah, that's I also have a website, MatthewChapinRacing.com. You can go to that too. Check that out. So a little bit of cool stuff there. There's, contact information and anything like that if anyone needs to reach out. So yeah, thanks for having me on today, Chris. It was a pleasure.
Listen, the honor is absolutely all mine, my friend, and I can't wait to sit down and catch up at the beginning of the year. The saddest part for me is at the end of the season, the only time I get to see you and all my friends is on camera, which is still an honor, but it's nothing like that human interaction, that hug,
Right.
and that smile face to face, right? It's I can't wait till next year, my friend. I will be at Daytona, so I'll definitely see you there. And yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute honor to sit down with the legend, Matthew Chapin. Let's go. All right, let me end this.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.